What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Highland Brewery for another putter review. Today we have the Discmania Notion. I really like some of the way that Discmania does their naming for especially their evolution line. The method, the instinct, the essence, the logic. A lot of them have very almost thoughtful and in touch with disc golf names. The Notion is another one in that kind of idea. Now the Notion came about, as far as I can understand, Discmania is owned by House of Discs, which has the Pure, and the Logic was supposed to be a slightly more overstable Pure, and the Notion, I believe, is supposed to be a slightly less stable Pure. Numbers are 2-3, -1-0. It's a little on the shallow side for a 2-speed, but the extra little bit of dome that's supposed to make it flippier actually helps to make it feel a touch deeper in your hand. That being said, let's see how the Notion flies. Hole number one, 216 feet, right down there at the bottom of the hill. We're gonna throw these on fan grip. This is in the Exo soft plastic, so I can fan grip it a little bit easier. It's gonna be more comfortable for me, especially when I'm putting. Let's see how it flies. Oh, that is a good flight for a putter. Just a touch of flip up, even on the fan grip. That's nice. I like that. 1 under par with the Notion. It's a good disc. I like the feel. It's a little bit rounded over on the shoulder, but compared to the AVR and like a lot of those other rounded over putters, they start their rounding off here. This one, it carries a little bit further before it starts to dive. Hole 2, they moved the basket back to the long position, so it's 285 feet. It's going to be a push, especially for a slightly flippy putter that we have to push straight and then left. It's going to be a task. We're going to switch from fan grip to power grip, and I'm going to throw it on a lot of hyzer. I'm going to try to make sure that I lock my shoulder in so that I'm not just yanking it into all the trees on the right, because I really, really need this to stay tight to that center line if I'm going to get anywhere close to the basket. Not unusually flippy, but it's going to be a really, really straight flyer for some hyzer release throwers. You're probably not going to want to be throwing one of these unless you're throwing turnover shots. Probably not going to be wanting to throw a Notion hard if you're throwing on hyzer release. We're going to see how it holds up on a couple more holes, because we do have some backhand hyzer shots out here. But I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to be throwing it a little bit flatter and just letting the disc kind of turn and do the work for me. Slow, glidey, slightly understable. Let's see if we can get all the way there. All right, first mar on the disc, hit a tree pretty hard out of a putt, just right in front of me. It's gonna be a bogey. Now we're gonna be even par going into hole 2 or hole 3, which it's not terrible, especially with the basket in long position. That was such an easy par, and I whiffed it. I shanked it right into a tree. Basket's still on the short here, so 190 feet. Gonna put it on the backhand hyzer, let it turn into the basket. I'm gonna throw it on fan grip, but I am gonna throw it on hyzer, so hopefully it'll just hold that line all the way around. That is I think it's under the pin. That was really good. To put it in the long, excuse me, 269 feet, it's going to be at the top of the mound or the top of the ridge over there. This might be a disc that I'm going to keep around just to throw on fan grip, because I don't really throw fan grip and I'm not comfortable with it, so I don't do it very much. So I'm pretty inconsistent with it, which makes me less comfortable with it. This might be a disc I keep around just to throw on fan grip. Maybe don't put it in my bag, just play some fun rounds with it and practice fan gripping, because it's flying pretty good. Slight bit of hyzer. We'll see how much hyzer comes out on, but there's a bit of a wind. It's really swirly right now, so I'm not sure where it's coming from. But a little bit of hyzer, punch it out there, fan grip, and let's see if it can fade into the hill. Fan grip dream disc, maybe. The only other disc I throw on fan grip is my super beat up Neosoft Spore. I might just play a couple of rounds with those two, just throwing fan grips the whole time, and see how much fun I can have. That was good putt. Not a great putt. It was right on line, just a half-inch low, maybe less. I'm gonna have so much fun with that disc. Fan grip out of the way, back to power grip for one hole. I'm gonna throw it close to flattish with the power grip, and let's see if it gives me a nice little roll over towards the basket. If I just punch it straight, theoretically speaking, it should roll towards the basket, right? And by roll, I don't mean like it's gonna roll on its edge. It's going to go from about here and just kind of drift over to the right. I'm gonna have so much fun with this disc. I never go long of this basket. I'm always short right, short left. I never make it past the basket, and I just threw it kind of firm and flat, and it just shaped the fairway. If you find a disc that shapes the fairway, throw that disc. Hole number 6, 187 feet. Back to the fan grip, because we wanted to go straight with a little bit of finish. I'm going to put it through field goal gap, and let's see how close we can get it to the chains. That was not the field goal gap. I pulled it to the right, and so if you pull a little bit of a flippier disc to the right on that line, there's a tree in the way, and you're going to flip up into it. If you hit it dead straight, you're going to flip up into the chains. I pulled it to the right and I flipped up right into the tree, and now I have possibly a makeable circle 2 putt, but it might be outside circle 2. It's kind of long look. Like I said, possibly makeable. Not going to jump it. It's just going to be that same soft spin style putt throw like thing that I do. Okay, well, I stepped it and I pulled it. That's not good. Hole 7, 264. We're gonna go fan grip again, but make sure we put on some hyzer. Hopefully it's gonna give us a really good flight. It's gonna give us a really good flight. I just hope it's not right into a tree. That's what I didn't want. Possibly a bad idea, but the rim's shape feels very Ultra Star-like, so I'm gonna throw it on a forehand. Yep, that was a bad idea. We were 2 under par. Now we're about to be 1 under par because I don't think I can throw it in from that far away. I gave it a good run at it though. Yep, gonna be 1 under par. We have chances on 8 and 9, but the rollaways can get bad too. So hopefully we finish under par. I am really liking how this thing is flying. It's a very controllable amount of flip up. It's never flipping up too much. As long as you can hit the line that you're trying to throw, it's just gonna flip up and hold that line very straight, especially on fan grip. It's absolutely amazing on a fan grip. Power grip, it gets a little bit iffy. I didn't really fully unleash, but I think that this would have a really good flight as well. I think it's a little bit more, I think it's gonna be more usable than something super flippy like a Deputy or a Fierce. Those are discs that go right hand, backhand. You throw them flat, they're gonna go right. You throw them with a little bit of hyzer, they're gonna flip up and then they're gonna go right. You throw them with a lot of hyzer, they're gonna flip up a lot and then they're gonna go right. This disc is not that way. It's not completely unusable. You can make it flip up and ride really straight, and you can make it flip up and then fade. It's a really good stability. I'm pleasantly surprised by the Notion. Hole number 8, 200 feet, slight hyzer fan grip right down to the bottom of the hill. Got sneaky, but it'll give us a putt. Right back to 2 under par. It feels like a really good compliment to the P2. I love my P2s. I putt with the P2s, I throw the P2s, and this is not so different feeling that it feels uncomfortable. It feels similar enough. I think I'd be fine throwing it. And it's gonna give you that controllable straight flight even if you throw it soft. But if you really need to power up on a shot and still make it to go to the right, but you don't want it to like have that pushing where it fades, you just want it to kind of go right, it's gonna be a really good compliment. I don't know if it's going directly into my bag. I have to play around with it a little bit more, but I am really liking the Notion. Discmania, y'all are killing it. Discmania's putter line is one of the best putter lines anywhere in disc golf. It is absolutely amazing. They don't have that many options, but it's fine because the options that they have are really good options, as opposed to something like Discraft where they have so many options, but the pros all get a special putter made specifically for them because the rest of the options are just kind of meh. Notion is flying really good. It's a really great understable. It's not so flippy that you can't throw it and it's only going to do one thing. It's going to have a lot of options you can do with it. You can get it to flip up and fly flat. You can get it to flip up and then fade still. You can get it to flip up and turn. You can also just throw it flat and let it turn. There are so many different options you have with the Notion that you don't get with a lot of other flippy putters. A lot of other flippy putters are just flippy. This one is like, it's just really good. I like it. Hole number 9, 203 feet. Let's see if we can make it to 3 under par. I think we might have a putt. We might have a putt, folks. I mean, it's not the best drive I've had in this hole, but it's pretty good. All in all, I know a lot of these putter reviews, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not making my bag. I know what I like. I have what I like. This is making me question things. Do I want to try to force another disc into my bag? I think for now it's gonna stay in my car and be as like a backup in case I need something just on the fly. Maybe I lose my red spore. I have a backup. It's really, really good. I just don't have the confidence with it yet to beat out my spore or to beat out my P2s, but it is really, really good. I'm definitely going to keep it, definitely going to toss it around some more, and we are going to have some fun with the Notion of disc golf. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all that down below, and make sure to subscribe. It definitely helps out me. And subscriber only giveaways they're getting pretty intense. You guys are really going to want some of these giveaways. Until next time, see you out on the course.